All right, hey guys, welcome back. We got another one we're going to dive into here today. In this video, this is from the Car Care Nut. Many of you guys may have even watched this, but many do not. His channel is fantastic. You should check it out. This is his video, so I'm not going to play it for you. He goes into great detail there, though, but he does bring up some great points. And we're going to talk today about how to get the most out of your turbo engine. I'm going to hit some of the highlights he put in here, talk about some other things that we've known in the past, things of that nature. But I do want to reference this video here for you. This is an excellent video by an excellent guy that's going to really teach you a lot of great stuff. You should watch this video, and you can see it right here. Just go to Car Care Nut, and you can type it in right here, how to make this his latest video. It's only been out for, well, actually, it looks like it's been out for a little bit, but it just popped up on my newsfeed, but you can type this in and go watch this video. But we're going to let some of these play here in the background here as we talk about this a little bit. This is actually my truck right there. And it is a turbo truck. It's got the 2.7 turbo in it. Sorry, I'm still talking about my little lawnmower there, my little robot lawnmower. But this is the truck that we have right here. Turbo engine. How do you make any turbo engine last longer? How are you going to get the most out of it? And are they reliable? He talks about this in that video as well, too. So, what's one of the biggest issues we have with turbo engines? You got to understand that a turbo engine has got... You're going to have to deal with oil consumption on them. Okay, turbos, when you're looking at a turbo engine, those things are spinning. They're spinning at 25,000 RPMs for the fins in a turbo. So they're moving quick. You're gonna get some oil consumption. They're going to burn a little bit of oil. That oil goes in the form of blow-by. Things happen. It's just the nature of the business. It is what it is. They're all going to do that kind of stuff. So it's nothing to be alarmed at. But understand that oil is the lifeline of a turbo. When you're dealing with a turbo, they need oil to cool down. They need oil to run. They need oil to operate. They're spinning at such a high rate at 25,000 RPM. They're actually cooking and burning up the oil. They're heating it up. They're ruining the additives that are in it. They're actually, like I said, basically working at oil super, super hard. So you want to change your oil. 5,000 mile max, 4,000 mile even better. These are kind of things you're going to want to take care of. When you warm up a vehicle too, when you have a turbo, you know, we knew this. We know this even from the diesel days, but people today seem to think you don't have to. But you have to warm a turbo up before you go. You can't just get in it, turn the key, slam it in gear, and take off and start rolling. That's not good. You have to give the oil time to heat up, get into the turbo, break down or get hot enough that its viscosity comes down enough that it can flow through the actual turbo the right way and lubricate and do what it has to do. You want to give that thing a little bit of time before you go getting on it. You want to give it some warm-up time. That's one of the key things that's going to make a turbo last longer. There will be people in the comments that will say no, they don't have to because they got oil pumps in them now and they got all this stuff that does it. I don't care what anybody says. If you want your turbo, if you own a turbo vehicle and you want it to last, treat it right. Give it some time to let it warm up a little bit before you go getting on it. It's basic rules here. Same with cool down. Same thing. You know, it used to be in a day where you turned a key off on a turbo, and I got other ones in here too. We don't have to sit here and watch this whole thing. We can watch this one too. Look at the Frontier, perfect example. The new Frontier went from amazing, reliable, dead nuts, perfect V8 to a twin turbo, 3.5 liter twin turbo V6 in it, and that's what we have inside of this thing. Okay, this is the world we live in today. All truck brands are going to turbo engines. All cars are going to turbos. It used to be, especially in the diesel world, when you wanted to cool, or when you stop after you just got done doing a highway run, you pull in and you go to the gas station. If you just shut your car right off, then the problem there is that the oil stops flowing to the turbo. The turbo is still burning hot, and there's no oil going to it. And so it gets very, very hot. And what happens is any oil that is left in there gets cooked. It gets baked and it turns into sludge. Sludge is bad. And you'll literally cook that oil right in there and turn it into almost like if you were cooking something and you overcooked it and it just turns all your pans black. That's exactly what's going to happen there. Now, yes, modern diesels or modern turbos have oil being supplied to it via pump afterwards so that helps, but still just let it cool down for a little bit. Okay, these are good tactics to do. That oil pump may work, but you're better off just treating it right and doing it right and getting in the right habits of owning these things. Your air filter is another big one. Remember, your vehicle that is a naturally aspirated engine sucks air in from the outside. It can grab what it can grab, and that's what it can. All it can do is go. That's it, what it gets. So what comes out of it. Okay, well, with a turbo, it's forced air induction. It's like taking a long leaf blower and putting it in front of your face. And here it comes right at you. It's gonna fill you full. That's what a turbo is. It's like forced air induction. Forced air induction is going to have an issue there in the fact that things will get past your air filter. Sand, if sand gets forced in through your air filter, sand can actually destroy a lot of things in your engine. And sand can be so fine, especially beach sand, it'll get right through that air filter. It can get in there and cause some issues. So change your air filter often. Okay, more often than you would on a naturally aspirated engine. This is going to keep things rolling right for you. I think I actually even show this motor in here. Did I already yet in here? But we do. We're going to show this in here somewhere. I thought I did. Maybe I don't show this one. I know I show it right in this one. Though I do got a video right here that will show it. But when we start talking right here, there you go, right there. Wow, YouTube's kind of snagging here for a sec. Should be going. Sure, it's gonna. Maybe it's gonna. Well, here it's gonna be driving one. I don't know what's going on. Why this video? There's the motor right here. Let's back it up. Sorry. Thought I was prepared for this, but there it is right here. But you can see here. Now, the beauty of this. Look at this. I can't even pause it. Something's going on with YouTube here. We're definitely dragging. Come on. There. But the beauty of this motor, the beauty of a turbo is that they are actually much easier to work on. And the reason I say that is you have to understand that if you have a V6 or a V8, you have double banks, double heads, double head gaskets, double camshafts, double valves, double lifters, double everything on that V configuration, huge harmonic balancers. You have all these things that are there to make that engine run good. When you take especially a 4-cylinder turbo or an inline 6-cylinder turbo, you have one bank. Okay, you have literally half the parts of a V configuration motor. And yes, you got a turbo, but a turbo's not that many parts. There's really not that much to a turbo. Do they make things work harder? Yeah, they do. But if you build the stuff that's being worked harder, better, like they do in this 2.7, how this thing is built with all forged parts, cast iron liners, the way this thing is built, it is built to handle that kind of abuse more so than a naturally aspirated engine is. It's a wash on that kind of stuff. So you got to take that into consideration. This thing, and like I said, ease of simplicity of doing maintenance on this, on a 4-cylinder or an inline 6, so much easier than it is on most naturally aspirated V6s or V8s because you have the room and everything is so much more simplified with less moving parts. Yes, you got a turbo, but a turbo consists of an intercooler, some piping, and a turbo. It's really not that complicated. A little bit more than that, but not very complicated in its system. So you got to weigh those concerns in there. There's a beauty to them. Now, as far as mods, you don't want to, he says that in this video here, you don't want to go doing too many mods on many of these things today. They're not built for them. You go putting on blow-off valves and bypass valves and things like that, you might start noticing some things because today, modern turbos have sensors that moderate everything, and when you start messing with that stuff, might cause you some issues. Reliability, though. He even said in this video here, which like I said, because you guys aren't going to trust me, so trust this guy who's been around forever, and this is what he does for a living, and he tells you in his video, he says when it comes to reliability, yes, there's more components. More components can mean more trouble. More components meaning in a turbo. So when he says that, he means if you take a 4-cylinder engine that is not a turbo and you compare it to a 4-cylinder engine with a turbo, there's more components. That is correct. However, the flip side, power for power, what we're seeing trucks and cars do today is get rid of a V6 or get rid of a V8 and replace it with a 4-cylinder or an inline 6 turbo. Okay, that is not the same. He's not what he's talking, because now you have way less components. What's the rule? More components, more trouble. More things that can go wrong. Well, when you take a 4-cylinder with a turbo and compare it to a V6 naturally aspirated or V8 naturally aspirated, you have way less places for issues that can happen and things that can go wrong. So it's kind of a wash in there how that goes. Now, some turbos will require premium fuel. This is an interesting scenario here. In the Colorado, it does not require premium fuel, and I don't have to run it. So, and I don't. And he says even in that video, he tells you, if you have to run premium, you run premium. Otherwise, you are going to destroy your motor. You are going to have problems. They are designed to run on that, and sensors work that way, and you're going to get pre-detonation in there. You're going to get all kinds of issues that are going to cause you problems. So if you're required to run premium in your turbo, run premium. If you're not, don't. And in my Colorado, I do not have to run premium in here. In the Silverado, I believe you are supposed to run premium in there. So things to be considered, you got to pay attention to on there. Maintenance is the key. Air filters, oil filters, regular. Okay, regular. Change them often. You do that, you'll get very long life out of here. He even says in that video, he says here, the reliability gap between naturally aspirated motors and turbo motors that are made today is very small. He says it right in the video. Again, because you're not going to trust me and you're going to tell me I'm full of crap. Go tell this guy he's full of crap. Somebody who spent his entire life working on these things, owns his own shop, this is what he does for a living. You tell him that he's full of crap when he tells you that, because he did say in there the reliability gap is very, very small. And he said, so just understand that. But he said that the things you want to watch for, maintenance, stay on oil changes, stay on the air filter changes, treat it right like it's supposed to, and you're going to be all good. So hopefully that helps you understand these turbo motors today. They are not, as he even said there, and everybody says, they are not the turbos from the 90s. These motors are built to take this abuse these days today, and they do a very good job at it. So questions, comments, anything you got, put them down below. Thanks for watching.